So then, Project Horizon, the over £12 million project set to open in 2025, and I have made videos about broad subjects where I've touched on what I think Project Horizon could be, but I haven't gone into depth in a singular video of what I think this attraction could be. So that's what this video is about. I'm going to discuss Project Horizon, which could, by the time this goes up, be labelled as a secret weapon. I don't really know on that because it's a bit odd that it isn't a secret weapon yet, but that's what I'm going to go on to now. Things I've assumed for this ride. Firstly, I've made the assumption that this is going to be a family marketed attraction because we've had the Curse of Alton Manor this year, which goes down the storytelling route and is in the family aspect. Next year is Nemesis opening after its retrack, obviously 2024, which is very much a thrill ride. It's a B&M invert. It's not exactly the most family friendly attraction. And I think the year after that, I don't see the park going for something that's very much heavily down the aspect of thrills because I don't think that they'll want to market 2 years in a row intense rides. I should say, I think this will be more on the intense side of a family attraction in that it won't be very much like CBeebies marketing, but I think it will be sort of bridging in between in that it's a coaster but it isn't marketed to be insane. It's just designed to be a fun ride with thrilling elements. That's what I believe this attraction will be. As well as that, the other reason why I think it will be a family-based attraction is because it's located in Coaster Corner, obviously being bordering on David Walliams land now. And because of that, I believe that they won't want to put a massive thrill coaster right there because the families aren't going to want to go on it. And I think the location, if it was a sort of family thrill coaster, would be perfect location in that area of the park. Now, I should also say, I believe that this coaster will be very significant in footprint. We've seen the dimensions for the structure they're building, which is 71 metres by 46 metres. So I've got facts up beside me so I don't get this awfully wrong. That could be wrong, by the way. I'm just going on data source I've seen online. But that's a significant show building. When you consider, well, they showed the images of you could fit the Smiler inside of it. It shows the size of this building. And I believe that the footprint and length of this ride, or duration, I guess you could say, is going to be significant, which is why I also think this is going to be a story-based attraction in that it's going to not just be a coaster, it's going to have a story element to it to just improve on the park's storytelling aspect, because I also believe this kind of bridges into, I made a video a few weeks back of Alton Towers has had a proposal from the Staffordshire Moorlands District Council saying, would you consider staying open all year? An indoor roller coaster with a storytelling aspect to it is exactly the thing they need. It's a high budget attraction. It means that it's not just a roller coaster, it adds to their storytelling ability as a park, which I believe they're testing the waters in with the Curse of Alton Manor. So that's what I've sort of used it as my constraints to my speculation. So I've judged all the things that I think this project or this ride could be off of these sort of constraints to it, in that I'm not going to say an RMC Raptor because I've just said I think it will be a family-based attraction, so that sort of thing. So then the first thing that I think this attraction could be is one which I'm actually kind of hoping it isn't, but I have to put in this video because I keep seeing videos everywhere for this attraction. It's only a matter of time until a park buys one because they're very easy to market, and that is the S&S Axis coasters. Now, this is a ride which I feel like when it was first announced and shown, and they had the video showing it, the launch coaster version where it had the trains tilting in weird inversions because that's what this coaster allows for, I was very harsh in my opinion because I believed that they kind of didn't work. I thought it was very gimmicky and I didn't think it would be very fun to ride. But after taking some steps back and thinking about what Project Horizon will be, it will be indoors, so you're not going to have much light to see where you're going, which maybe they'll go for the surreal, weird sensations because you don't know where the track is around you because you're in a pitch black show building. It might be like that. I don't know. It's one which I'm really kind of leaning against still, but I'm less against the idea now that I've thought of maybe it could be really new, because there was that scene that everyone kept reposting where John Wardley saying something innovative is happening here or something exciting is happening here, something along those lines. But that would be something completely new and it's never been done before, and also easy for Merlin to market because it is the first Axis coaster in the UK, or I'm pretty sure in the world. I don't know anywhere that's got one. If I'm wrong on that, please do correct me in the comments. The next possibility is one which I'd love to see because I really want one in the UK, and that is an Intamin dark ride thrill coaster, a lot like the Escape from Gringots at Universal Studios Florida. Well, exactly like that. I couldn't find an exact ride model. I'm pretty sure that's all it's labelled as. Please do correct me on that in the comments if I'm wrong. I really think that could work at Towers because it's great at telling the story of a ride. You can have projection screens, you can control the cars spinning to point to screens and stuff, you can have drops, you can have launches. It's a very versatile ride model, and it's one which you can fit into all sorts of show buildings. You can have all sorts of elements in it. I'm sure Merlin could find something to add to it to make it a world's first, and it's a ride which is built to be a storytelling ride. It's built as a dark ride thrill coaster, and it's something which I'd love to see at Towers because it's a very cool ride model really. It really does allow for parks to tell a story while also having a really good coaster in with it. So that is one which I'd love to see because I think it would be really cool to see in a Merlin park, especially Towers. The next possibility which I'd love to see them get is a Vekoma family spinning coaster, along the lines of Guardians of the Galaxy at Epcot. Now, I'm not too sure about this ride model either. I know it's a Vekoma spinning coaster, but I'm not sure what goes in between that. I couldn't find it on the roller coaster database. But the same ride model as Guardians of the Galaxy, because that I went on recently when I went to Florida, and I was blown away at how great it was. Because it was a lot like the Intamin Dark Ride thrill coaster that I just mentioned, in that it was able to tell a story aspect because the cars span on a controlled axis. But this was spinning while in motion, which was great, and I think it would be something that would be awesome to see in the UK, because they're kind of new really as a ride model, and they're amazing to go on. It's something which I would love to see at Towers. You could have so many elements that they could customise this ride to. It's incredibly new, so fan following for it is going to be immense really, and it's a ride model which I'd love to see at Towers. The next possibility that I could see going into this show building is a Dynamic Attractions SFX Coaster, I think. Yeah, like Mission Ferrari at Ferrari World Abu Dhabi, because that is an attraction which allows so much versatility for the park. They could do a world of new things for it, because a very new ride model as well, and it would allow for them to have a story-based attraction, which I know a lot of mine are very biased in that I'm saying story-based attraction, but from my personal opinion, that is exactly what Towers needs with an indoor coaster, and this attraction would allow them to do it. Now, I know Mission Ferrari does have the outdoor inversions aspect, which I personally don't see Towers going for in the show building, having inversions, but it allows for all sorts. They could have so much with this attraction, and very easy to market because there's so much they could do with it. So yeah, this is an attraction which I would love to see them put in this show building. So then, thank you for watching. I should also say, very obvious, this is my opinion on what they could get. This has no fact behind it at all. This is just what I could see them getting, because I would like to see in the UK really. If I've got any of the ride models a bit skewed and I've got any of the facts a little bit off, please do correct me in the comments. I don't want to misinform people in this. Please do put attractions that you think you could see in this show building in the comments. I'd love to see it, because I've obviously said I've been very biased, because I've instantly gone down the route of it's a family coaster. It might not be. It might be something completely skewed. It might be a dark ride for all we know. Not even a coaster at all. Please do put what you think it could be in the comments. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.